class we are going to discuss about nodal analysis. As we know, Kirchhoff's current law, according to Kirchhoff's current law, the algebraic sum of current at a junction or node is always zero. And in this particular case, if current I1 and I2 are entering at this junction, then I3, I4 and I4 are the leaving currents. And here, according to Kirchhoff's current law, we can say I1 plus I2 must equal to I3 plus I4 plus I5. Now, similar to the loop analysis, as we have discussed, rise in potential and follow potential. In rise in potential, when we are moving from lower potential to higher potential, this is rise in potential. When we are moving from higher potential to lower potential, then it will be a fall of potential. This is for source, similarly for voltages across the resistances. Now, considering the nodal analysis, the method of solving network problem using KCL and node voltages with respect to reference is known as nodal analysis. Let me consider a figure over here. This is the figure. In this figure, that this is the node and this is the reference node. Where out of these two nodes, one node is taken as reference, and whereas the other equation KVL equations are defined with respect to the rest of the nodes. If it is the node, the voltage across this node with respect to reference, let it is VA. Now the current in this branch is considered as I1, the current in this branch is considered as I2, the current in this branch is considered as I3. At node A, the applying the KCL, then I1 plus I2 must equal to I3, because this is the current entering over here, this is the current entering the node, and I3 is the leaving current. Then applying the concept of rising and potential or follow potential, we can find out the direction of current. In this case, if direction of current is considered this one, it means this is plus, this is minus, and hence the potential across this element can be calculated as I1 into R1, and which is nothing but the difference of these two voltages V1 and VA, and hence we can say I1 R1 must equal to V1 minus VA, or I1 is equal to V1 minus VA upon R1. Similarly, we can calculate I2. I2 in this path is given by the potential difference between VA and V2, and hence I2 is equal to V2 minus VA upon R2, depending upon the direction of current. Now for the third element, I3 can be defined as VA minus 0 upon R3. This is the third resistance, and hence putting these value of I1, I2 and I3 in first equation, it will be VA minus V1 upon R1 plus V1 minus VA upon R1 plus V2 minus VA upon R2 is equal to VA minus 0 upon R3. In the above equation, the unknown variable is VA. Since V1 and R1 are known to us, V2 and R2 is known to us, and only the variable component is VA. Putting all these values in this equation, we can calculate VA. Knowing the VA, we can calculate I1, we can calculate I2, then we can calculate I3. Now considering an example, in this case there are two source and three elements, and applying the nodal analysis in this case, then considering this node as reference, and this node is taken as for KVL equation. The voltage across at this node with respect to reference is VA. Now the current in this branch is taken as I1, where the current in this branch is taken as I2, the current in this branch is taken as I3. I1 can be calculated as potential difference between the two divided by resistance. The potential difference of 10 ohm resistance is 100 minus VA divided by 10 will give I1 through 10 ohm resistance. Similarly, I2 can be calculated as VA minus 0, because reference is taken as potential at reference is taken as 0. Then the putting this value I1 and I2 in this equation, since I3 is known to us, in the branch where there is a current source, the current can never be more than that value, and hence this is a known quantity. We can say in this equation I3 is known to us, and which is 10 ampere. Then consider putting all these values in this equation, then we can find out the resultant value in terms of VA only. The variable is VA. In this equation there is one equation and one variable. VA can be calculated. Knowing the VA, we can calculate I1 and I2, and I3 is known to us, which is equals to 10. Now similarly, considering another example where we are having a more than two sources. Let's consider there are two different loops, in these loops there are three different sources. Let it is 10 volt, it is 4 ohm, it is 3 ohm, this is 6 ohm, this is 5 volt, let it is 15 volt. This is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus. In this network, there are the two nodes. This is taken as reference, and this is the node. Let it is A node. The voltage at A node is VA. Now, considering this network, we can apply nodal analysis. Let's consider current in this branch is I1, the current in this branch is I2, and the current in this branch is I3. Now I1 is defined as, because current is flowing in this direction, it means this is higher potential, this is lower potential, 10 minus VA upon 4. Similarly, we can define I2. I2 in current in this branch. This is higher potential. This will be lower potential. Then it can be considered as 15 minus VA divided by 3. Now, how to find out current in this branch? In this case, this potential is plus, this is minus, whereas this is VA. If the current is flowing in this direction, and hence we can consider over here I3 will be equals to VA minus 5 divided by 6, because the resistance of this path is 6 ohm. Now putting all the applying KCL at this node, it will be I1 plus I2 is equal to I3. Now putting the value of I1, I2, I3 here, 10 minus VA upon 4 is equal to plus I2. I2 is 15 minus VA upon 3 is equal to VA minus 5 divided by 6. Taking LCM from this function, that will be 12. It will be 30 minus 3VA plus 60 minus 4VA, then is equal to, that will be VA minus 5 divided by 6. And on solving this equation, it will be that is taken this value in this side also, then it will be minus VA minus V5, it will become plus, and this will be 2 VA and it will be 10. Then from D is equal to 0, this will be cancelled. That this is the part of equation is rearranged. Here it is 30 plus 60 is 90, minus of 3 VA, minus of 4 VA, and plus of minus of 2 VA. It will be 9 VA minus. Then 30 plus 60, 90 plus 50. 90 plus 50, 140, and hence VA is equal to 0. 140 divided by minus of 9, then VA is equal to minus of 40 is equal to 140 divided by 9, which is equals to 15.55 volt. Knowing the value of VA, we can calculate I1, that will be 10 minus 15.55 divided by 4. Then I2 will be equals to 15 minus 15.55 divided by 3. Then I3 will be VA minus this 15.55 minus your 5 divided by 6. Here I1 comes to be negative, We can cross check these values. This calculation 12, this is 330 minus of 3 VA, then plus 60 minus of 4 VA, then it will be minus of 2 VA, then plus of 10, 2 plus of 2 into me 5, that is 10. This is not for 140, this will be 30, 60, 90 plus 10, 100. This will be 100, and hence the value of VA can be calculated as 100 divided by 9, which is equals to 11 point, which is equals to 11 point something, and this is 11.11. Now putting these value over here, this is 11.11, this is also 11.11, this is 11.11. Then the resultant value of current is 10 minus 11.11 divided by 4. It will be minus of 0.2775 ampere. It means the current, whatever direction we have considered here, it is flowing opposite to that. Now in this case, this is VA minus 15, that is 15 minus 11.11 divided by 3 is equal to 1.29 ampere, and in third case it will be 11.11 minus 5 divided by 6 is equal to 1.01 ampere, and hence we can say we calculated I1, I2 and I3, and from this analysis I1 plus I2 must equal to I3, and here I1 plus I2 is minus of this is 2, this is 1.29 minus 0.2775, and which is equals to 1.125, and hence this equation is satisfied and we calculated the value of current. If we are having another loop in this circuit, whether having a source or not, then also can also be analyzed. Where there may be more than two loops, there may be 3, 4 and 5 loops, and accordingly concept of KCL is applied.